Hey, Sabine Play fans! Welcome back to another Start Collecting video series. Today we are doing Malignant. If I seem like I'm rushing through this, it's because this is the second time around I've had to record this. I went outside and it's slightly breezy. It's not bad by any means, but I recorded using like a headphones mic and I put it right up to my mouth, so I figured there wouldn't be any distortion or anything like that from the wind or whatever. But freaking it ruined the whole thing. So anyways, basically what I'll do is go over the start collecting boxes in this video series, and today we're reviewing Malignants, so I will give you all the units names, their stats, and then their abilities, and then maybe a little bit of personally what I would do with them. So that's just kind of give you a view into what is going on. So we're going to start with the Mortis engine. Its move is an asterisk, or star or sun or whatever you want to call it. And that's all based off of the table that comes with the war scroll itself, so you kind of have the information to know how it moves. It's based off of its wounds that it has. Has a 4+ save, 10 bravery, 12 wounds. Alright, so it is flying, like all the Malignants are, so you can pretty much ignore... you can go over units, you can ignore terrain, that kind of all that good stuff. They have Wail of the Damned, the cacophony raised by the Tomb Banshees circling the Mortis engine is enough to freeze an immortal's veins. In the hero phase, roll 2 dice for each enemy unit within range shown on the damage table. If the total is higher than that unit's bravery, it suffers D3 mortal wounds, which is freaking awesome. Frightful Strike. If a hit roll for the Spectral Hulk's ethereal weapon is 6 or more, the Chilling Touch stills a victim's heartbeat, inflicting 1 mortal wound instead of its normal damage, which is awesome. This is my favorite right here, the Requilary. Once per battle in the hero phase, the Corpse Master can unleash the energy stored by the Requilary. When he does so, roll 4 dice. Each unit within that many inches is struck with by a wave of necromantic force. Death units that are struck are healed, D3 wounds. But any other unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. And then Bound Necromancer. You can add 1 to the casting rolls of any death wizard within 12 inches of the Mortis engine. You and your opponent must subtract 1 from the casting rolls of all other wizards that are within 12 inches of the Mortis engine. So, Mortis engine, pretty beastly, not gonna lie. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the Spirit Hosts. They have a 6-inch move, 4+ save, 10 bravery, and 3 wounds. They are also flying, so they're going to be able to fly over units, and they ignore terrain for the most part. Abilities: Ethereal, ignore the weapon's rend when making save rolls for a Spirit Host. So that's pretty nifty. Frightful Touch. If the hit roll for an attack made by a Spirit Host is 6 or more, the Spirit's Frightful Touch stills a victim's beating heart, immediately inflicting 1 mortal wound instead of its normal damage. Magic. All the Death Wizards know summon Spirit Hosts. Manifest Spirits is what the spell is called. I apologize. Manifest Spirits has a casting value of 5. If successfully cast, you can set up a unit of 3 Spirit Hosts within 18 inches of the caster, no more than 9 away from your enemy. The unit is added to your army, but cannot move in the following movement phase. If the result of casting was 10 or more, set up a unit of 6 Spirit Hosts instead. So, these guys are good, nice and tough troop choices. We're going to go ahead and do Hex Wraiths next. They have a 12-inch move, 4+ save, 10 bravery, and 2 wounds. They are also flying. They have a leader called Hellwraith. That is like their sergeant. Hellwraith makes 3 attacks instead of 2 with its Spectral Scythe. Onto their abilities. Ethereal, ignore a weapon's rend when making save rolls for this unit. Spectral Hunters. After a unit of Hex Wraiths moves in the movement phase, you can pick an enemy unit and move across. Roll a dice for each Hex Wraith that passed across it. For each roll of 6, that unit suffers a mortal wound. So it's pretty much like doing damage before in the movement phase. It's pretty awesome. So, Magic Death Wizards know Summon Hex Wraiths. Summon Hex Wraiths. Summon Hex Wraiths has a casting value of 6 if successfully cast. Blah, blah, blah. Tongue twister. You can set up a unit of 5 Hex Wraiths within 18 inches of the caster and more than 9 inches away from the enemy. The unit is added to your army but cannot move in the following movement phase. If the casting roll was 11 or more, set up a unit of 10 Hex Wraiths instead. So as far as what I would personally do, I would go ahead and run your Hex Wraiths ahead of everybody, kind of get them in there, get them flying over people, getting that extra damage, and then I would bring them back around and flank from the rear or the side, depending on how you play with them. And then I would immediately go ahead and with my Spirit Host right after them and my Mortis Engine. Basically, what you're going to be doing is summoning more Spirit Hosts on your way there, so that you have probably a good line of them. So definitely go ahead and pick up a couple of boxes of Spirit Hosts. Hex Wraith, same thing. The more the better, so get them summoned quick, ride them over people, get that extra damage in, then send the Spirit Wraiths in, or the Spirit Hosts, I'm sorry, get them attacking, and then follow up with your Mortis Engine, which is probably, which I would personally get as big of a group as possible first time around, and do the Reliquary, which is pretty much going to knock down a good chunk of the opposition while healing all your wraiths and stuff after they've taken their damage. So by about second or third turn, you should be able to do that, hopefully. So these guys are fast, they're tough. As far as attacks go, they're not overly strong. Most of their stuff, I believe, is like +4, +5 to hit. So they're not too terribly strong, but they are tough and quick. So that's kind of how you want to play them, is they're quick and tough, get them in there fast, and they will survive enough to get your bigger guys in there. So anyways, that's how I would play it, guys, and you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them for me in the comment section below. Shoot me an email at sitpaintandplay@gmail.com. You guys can follow me at Twitter at WargamerSPP, no spaces in there. And I also have a Sit Paint and Play Facebook. So come find me, guys, if you want. Leave me a like or whatever. I'd love to hear from your comments, questions, or concerns, and I will see you guys soon in the next video.